What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope all is well with you guys out on this very hot, beautiful Wednesday. All is good here. It's a shame we can't say this about the bystander in Yellowstone Park earlier this week, maybe last week, who decided that he wanted to take a picture of a not so friendly bison that didn't want to be photographed. Okay, and we can see when he took the picture, the bison was already laying down. But when the man took the picture, the bison just fell out, rolled a couple times, then got up, went over there, seeked the man out, and tossed him 8 feet in the air. Like there. No free photographs around here. You see what I'm saying? Oftentimes you get a lot of visitors that go to Yellowstone Park, you see, and they like taking pictures. But the animals there, well, especially the majestic bison, they don't care about being photographed. These animals right here will tear you in two. And I still think this man, even though he's 65 years old, some say 70, got off easy by that just one toss-up. You see what I'm saying? Just like a rag doll. You know what I mean? I'm sure it wasn't the going up that, actually hurt him, but probably the coming down when he landed. He probably got fragile bones being 65 years old. But nevertheless, Bison wasn't having it today. I'm hot. I don't feel like being bothered. I don't like the fact that you standing over there pointing whatever that thing is towards me, making clicking noises. You see what I mean? Wow. It's crazy. But let's check out this news clip and hear the perspective of the so-called victim, and see what he has to say about it.
Terrifying video from Yellowstone National Park where a bison flipped a 65-year-old man in the air. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen has the story, and before we show it to you, a warning. You may find the footage disturbing.
Everyone's bison! Look out, bison!
Photographer Mike McLeod was camping in Yellowstone National Park on Friday when his wife saw a bull bison approach. He grabbed his camera and started shooting.
You can see these two people walking along the perimeter road of the campground, and they take out their phones and get some pictures or video. And as soon as the bison stands up, the grandfather, he's like, "We're out of here, let's go."
After a white pickup passes, the bison springs up and charges toward the pair as they hid behind trees.
After the second loop around, the bison finally caught up to their grandfather, hooked him, and threw him up in the air.
McLeod says the man was laying on the ground at the mercy of the bison. That's when he put down his camera and went to help.
I charged the bison, yelling and screaming and trying to put my camera up in the air. And a bunch of other men joined me, and we successfully hazed the bison off of the victim.
He says emergency vehicles arrived within 10 minutes. According to the park's website, bison run 3 times faster than humans, weigh up to 2,000 pounds, and visitors are advised to stay at least 25 yards away. This is the second documented bison attack in the park this year. Park officials say bison will defend their space when threatened, but according to McLeod, that wasn't the case this time.
They did everything right, and the bottom line is people come to the national park because it's wild and risky, and that's part of the downside is there's a risk.
And McLeod says he's been in touch with the family, who says he underwent surgery and is recovering in the hospital. Now, McLeod, who, by the way, is also a wildlife biologist, says the attack happened at the start of breeding season, which means males are more aggressive as they compete for dominance. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
That was horrendous. Okay, to be tossed that high at the age of 65 years old, that can't be good on the body at all. He had to get surgery. I don't know what. Maybe could have broken a hip or anything. One thing is this, y'all need to leave these animals alone. Okay, leave these animals alone. These are majestic, peaceful animals, and they don't like being bothered. And they don't exercise the same kind of patience, should I say, that of people like us. Okay, we do exercise, a lot of patience, even when Karens come out of the blue, running their mouth and what have you. Our first thought would be to do the Karens, be it male or female, the same way that this bison just did this man. But we don't do that a lot of times. Animals don't think like that, okay? These things don't want to be bothered, and you need to start learning to respect their privacy. You know, obviously this bison right here is no stranger to being photographed, and I don't guess he like it. He know what cameras, you know what that's all about. He don't like it. That's why he came over there. You see what I mean? Chased you around the tree, chilled a little bit, waited until he got you in his sights, and boom, that was the way it went. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta leave these animals alone. I seen a story just could have been last week before last, sometime earlier this month, where a woman got ate up by an alligator. Okay, very, very hot. You know, I can't remember where this was. Could have been in Louisiana somewhere. I'm not really sure. But very, very hot, and her and some friends went out on a lake or whatever. She gets in the water, and she wants to just cool and chill off. That wasn't smart at all. Turns out an alligator was lurking in that water, clamped onto this woman's arm and took it off and took her life. Okay? In these end times, I can tell you this, animals are more dangerous than they have ever been. And there's a reason for that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay? So now, we as people, sometimes we don't have the kind of discernment like the discernment that the Most High gives animals. Okay? And this is what it boils down to right here in Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of the destruction. Well, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? We know who made them. The Most High Yahweh made them. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in the commandment, and they shall be ready up on earth when needed is. When need is, that is. And when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word. Meaning, they gonna do what the Most High said to do. They gonna do it, even in situations like this. Verse 32, therefore from the beginning I was resolved, I can't remember what this word is. Let's say resolved, and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing, meaning warning to people about nature. Okay? The Most High is using these animals, he's using the wind, the storms, all that kind of stuff to lay on sore strokes. Teeth of wild beasts, okay? Things that's been created for vengeance, to appease the wrath of the Most High, okay? Now this man could have some complications, you know, from being hit, and who knows? He might succumb to these injuries or something. You just never know. That's why it's best not to put yourself in situations like this right here around these animals. Because when the Most High say do something, those spirits, those angels tell them to do it, you get them. That's what's going to happen. And that's basically what it all boils down to. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this particular situation right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's if you can do it. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.